for you.
Now at 10, voters in the Show Me State have the opportunity to cast their votes for the Republican nominee for president this weekend. Plus, the Down Syndrome Group of the Ozarks expands its services into Joplin. And the JROTC program of Anderson, Missouri helps out their community with some roadside cleanup.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Less than 2 years after construction started, the Freeman Health System officially opened its new medical building. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Anthony Saviello. The new center is located across the street from Freeman Hospital in Joplin. The facility spans more than 30,000 square feet and houses physicians specializing in neurosurgery, urology, and dermatology. Freeman Health System says they invested more than $10 million into the building to help expand services for patients.
It's a brand new building to the Freeman campus. It brings new access to care. It's convenient, safe, very accessible here on our campus.
The new medical building is now officially open to the public. Representatives of Freeman Health System say the building was constructed with future growth in mind. And meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney joins us with a first look at our weather.
So we are about average for this time of year, with our high today being 55. However, with this ridge forming over our area, we don't see any rain or snow for the next couple of days, but it is going to be a pretty breezy weekend. And temperatures do increase starting tomorrow. Pretty low, 41 as our low, and then we're going to increase to about 76 as our high tomorrow. Now, like I said, it's a breezy weekend. We see winds tomorrow evening gusting 45 miles per hour and upwards, and that's going to continue all weekend. However, it is going to be sunny skies, so it's just a bit breezy. We have this ridge forming over our area. However, we are tracking the next rain coming in most of the week next week, and I'll bring you more updates in just a bit.
Don't forget, you can be the first to know about the day's weather with the KOAM Skywatch weather app. Get severe weather updates sent straight to your phone free of charge. It's available in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. The KOAM Skywatch weather app. Tomorrow, voters across Missouri will have the opportunity to participate in a caucus to vote for the Republican nominee for president. The caucus replaces the presidential primary election, which Missouri representatives did not vote to implement this year. Each county has at least one site where voters will meet. The chairman for the Missouri Republican Party says there are a few things voters need to know ahead of the big day.
There's no ballot process, so it's all what's called standing division. So you make your vote known by standing up and possibly moving to another section of the room.
After tomorrow's caucus, delegates will meet in April at the district convention to continue the process of nominating a Republican candidate. You can find more information about this year's election season on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Down Syndrome Group of the Ozarks is now in Joplin. Their goal is to become the leading resource of Down syndrome information in the area. The Springfield organization supports parents, caregivers, and individuals with Down syndrome. The group's expansion to Joplin started last year.
It can be lonely, and we want to make sure that no one is alone or feels alone. And so if we can, as a group, be there for each other, find moms to connect to other moms. We say that the best resource is a mom who is going through it.
When he was first born, it was hard. My husband was right away, excited about it and okay, we can do this. And I was a little more, I was crying and what does this involve?
Down syndrome occurs when an individual has a third copy of chromosome 21. 1 in every 700 babies in the U.S. is born with Down syndrome. You can learn more about DSGO in our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Trout season began in Missouri today. I know I'm looking forward to fishing this year. Neosho Parks and Recreation kicked off the season this morning at Morris Park. Anglers enjoyed the first day of March by the water as they looked to reel in some big catches. The Neosho Fire Department opened the season with the siren at 6:30 this morning. For event organizers, Neosho marks prime trout fishing territory.
5 years ago, we came up with a plan to try to have a trout season here in Neosho and utilize what we have here. We have 2.5 miles of Hickory Creek that runs through Neosho, and it is classified as a white ribbon stream. In other words, that the water stays cool enough for trout to live year-round.
The Neosho Parks and Recreation also marked today with a cookout at 10:30 a.m. Student soldiers hit the road for a community-wide cleanup campaign. JROTC students from McDonald County High School spent the day picking up trash along the main road in Anderson, also known as Highway 59. Event organizers said the kids in the program represent values and character.
Loyalty, honor, respect. They just have to show every day when they're in our program who they are and what they should be in life. It's all about morals and standards. Discipline and direction is what we teach every day.
The McDonald County Schools JROTC program can now boast over 100 students as members. Coming up, firefighters in Texas continue to battle a massive blaze. Plus, a semi-truck dangles over the side of a bridge. The rescue caught on camera.
Is looking for organizations
is here to stay.
A terrifying accident and dramatic rescue in Louisville this afternoon when a semi-truck was left dangling off a bridge nearly 100 feet over the Ohio River. Mark Strassman has the story and the dramatic video.
High drama above the Ohio River, like a scene from a Tom Cruise thriller.
There's a semi hanging over the edge of the bridge with a cab hanging over the water.
A tractor trailer dangling from the Clark Memorial Bridge and a rappelling firefighter trying to pluck its female driver to safety.
This is very much a worst case scenario. It's extremely lucky. Not so much that it would detach from the trailer, but just that the entire truck didn't go into the river.
That's Louisville firefighter Bryce Carden rappelling to rescue the driver. Both of them hovering roughly 70 feet above the water connecting Kentucky and Indiana.
She was just praying. She was praying a lot, and I prayed with her.
The semi had crashed through the guardrail after a 4-vehicle accident. The driver trapped in the cab for about 40 minutes. Carden slowly, carefully guided them both back over the guardrail to safety.
Once I reached her, she was super calm, collected, and helped me do what I needed to do to get her to safety. We've definitely done a few crazy things, but yes, this tops it so far.
Mark Strassman, CBS News, Atlanta.
Wow. 2 other vehicles were involved in the crash, and a person in one of those vehicles was taken to the hospital. An investigation into the cause of the crash is continuing. Firefighters in Texas are desperately working to contain massive wildfires that have killed at least 2 people. The Smokehouse Creek fire is now the largest in Texas history and has burned more than 1 million acres since Monday. More help from state and federal fire teams is expected in the area today. After nearly 2 months of collecting evidence, authorities have charged this man, Kenneth Evans, with 1 count of armed criminal action and 1 count of robbery in the first degree. The charges stem from the armed robbery of the Tiff City store in Tiff City, Missouri. The Cherokee County District Court sentences a Columbus man to nearly 9 years in prison. Stephen Tyner's sentence comes after pleading guilty in 2 different criminal cases in Cherokee County. In December 2022, authorities arrested Tyner for a remote cabin east of Crestline after a woman had been stabbed at the same location. Tyner remained in the Cherokee County Jail until posting bond in March of 2023. In May of 2023, an arrest warrant was issued for Tyner after violating the terms of his bond conditions. Tyner received a 107-month sentence after pleading guilty to aggravated battery and aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer. And a federal court this week sentenced a Carl Junction man to 12-year in prison with no parole for methamphetamine trafficking and illegally possessing a firearm. Chet Mercer pleaded guilty to 1 count of possessing methamphetamine with the intent to distribute and 1 count of possessing a firearm in furtherance of a drug trafficking crime. On November 30th, 2021, officers searched Mercer's residence and found more than 300 grams of methamphetamine. Officers also found a Springfield Armory 9mm firearm during the search. Former Chiefs coach Britt Reed was released from prison tonight. Just a few hours ago, Missouri Governor Mike Parson partially commuted Reed's sentence for DUI causing bodily harm. Britt Reed is now on house arrest and will be for the rest of his sentence. He was sentenced to 3 years in prison for a crash that seriously harmed a 5-year-old girl. The crash happened outside Arrowhead Stadium in February of 2021, just days before the Super Bowl. 5-year-old Ariel Young suffered a traumatic brain injury. The Chiefs agreed to pay for her medical care for the rest of her life. Lindsay returns with your forecast, and a little later PSU kicks off its 50th annual Jazz Festival.
On Wheels. Volunteer
worldwide for a better us.
Well, that cold front that passed a couple days ago did drop our temperatures down a lot. Now, we've been having a chilly couple of days, but it's looking up. As we move into the weekend, it is going to be gorgeous. We see clear skies outside right now, taking a look at our Cornell Complex camera downtown Joplin. It is going to be a breezy weekend, winds gusting from the south, but we don't see any rain or snow on the forecast, not until Monday morning. We'll bring you more updates in just a bit. Starting tomorrow morning, 41 as our low, but it's going to get up to about mid-70s, so a lot warmer than what we've seen the last couple of days. Now, our weekend forecast, we're seeing sunny skies most of the weekend, but the winds do pick up, so it's going to be a breezy weekend. Now, temperatures Saturday in the mid-70s and Sunday in the 80s, so I'm looking forward to the 80-degree temperatures. Like I said, though, these wind gusts are gusting pretty fast, upwards of 40 to 45 miles per hour, and in some areas, 50 miles per hour. Now, the faster winds are coming in a little later Saturday night into Sunday morning. So if you're not out and about Saturday night, you should be fine. But these winds are going to stick around all the way through Monday. We see rain come in Monday morning around 10 a.m. That's when the winds do start to die down for the rest of the week. Now, we have a ridge forming over our area this weekend, and as I've said before, that ridge is bringing in high pressure, so sinking air, warmer temperatures, and winds from the south. So that is what gives us these nice warm days. Now, the next system we're tracking comes in Monday morning, 10 a.m. We're going to see it start to pull from the south, so it's still going to be a warmer, rainy system. That's coming in around 10 a.m. We're going to continue tracking it as it turns into possible thunderstorms, and we're going to take a closer look as it starts to make its way in Monday morning, 10 a.m. Most of the central counties getting some light rain. As it moves off to the eastern counties, could develop into some possible isolated thunderstorms, and we're going to see a clearing for a little while, but this is going to be going on all week long. We're going to see showers and pop-up thunderstorms due to the instability at the surface. Here we go again. Thursday, 10 a.m. we see some thunderstorms and some rain pretty much the entire area. That's going to continue all day on Thursday and into Friday morning. So pretty much all week is going to be chances of rain and thunderstorms, but this weekend still sunny. However, we do see winds picking up Saturday night and Sunday. Most of the day Sunday, they do start to die down as we move into Monday, along with those rain chances picking up. But next weekend will be good and sunny again, so we just have to get through one more week of rain. Like I said, thunderstorm chances. Clears out Friday, we do see some clouds, and then Saturday, Sunday, still in the 50s, but will be sunny again with more chances of rain on Monday.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. People who test positive for COVID no longer have to isolate for 5 days. Under the CDC's updated recommendations, people who are sick should stay home and away from others. They can resume normal activities when their symptoms are mild and improving, and if they've been fever-free for 24 hours without the help of fever-reducing medicine. The new approach is in line with recommendations for other respiratory viruses, including the flu and RSV.
Importantly, we know vaccines work. We have data from the first half of the season that shows that if you got a vaccine, it's really protective, and that the people going to the hospital, 95% of them did not have an updated vaccine.
The sound of jazz music filled Pitt State today. The university hosted its 50th annual jazz festival. It started in 1974 with just 14 bands, but has now grown to 70 high school bands from across the region coming to perform. This year's event is also headlined by the Matt Kattingub Big Band.
Yeah, so throughout the day, every band will have a time slot. They'll get to play for our judges, and the cool thing is they don't just play for judges, but they get a little clinic, so they learn something and they get some feedback. So every single band gets a clinic, gets feedback from the judges, and then they get to hang out in Pittsburgh for the day, and everyone comes here to the concert in the night.
Past festivals have been headlined by big names, including Doc Severinsen, Maynard Ferguson, Louis Belson, and the Count Basie Orchestra. Still ahead, 8 of our local high school basketball teams battle for a spot in the state tournament. John Dales has highlights and scores from across the 4 states up next in sports.
Ashley's anniversary before we share.
It's championship night across several levels of high school basketball in Kansas and Missouri. In sub-state and district championships, 8 of our local teams play for a championship this evening, so let's go through all of them. In front of a packed crowd in the Tiger Dome, Fort Scott and Independence. Winner goes to state. Tigers start fast. Long pass from Allie Brown, first shot blocked, but on the second chance, J.C. Rogers. Bucket and the foul. Tigers lead by 6. Second quarter now, Brown from 3, and that's good. The lead goes back to 6. Independence would not go away though. Madeline Bashir lines up a triple of her own that ties the game. We'd be tied at half. Third quarter, Tigers up 1, make it a 4-point lead. Claire McElroy with the big night. She gets that to go from beyond the arc. Lead stretches to 9 early in the fourth, but again, Bulldogs never say die. Tion Johnson gets the hoop and the harm, but this night belongs to the Lady Tigers. Keegan Yarrick with a clutch triple in the final minutes of the game, and Fort Scott will go to state. The Lady Tigers are sub-state champions. They win 50-39. Raucous environment in Altamont for Labette County and Chanute. Winner goes to state. We start the night inside. Caton O'Brien fights for the first 2 points of the game. Grizzlies playing ferocious defense with a full court press and trap, resulting in a turnover. Then Labette County gets it back on offense still early in the contest. Landry O'Brien snaps a pass inside to Nevaeh Jones, who scores the easy 2. Grizzlies rolling on their home floor. How about a little inside-out game? Addison Rexwinkle knocks down the long ball. Now the Comets try and answer. Ashley Haviland with the return and an answer from deep. The 3-ball would get contagious. Sarah Unner doing her part from deep. 3 more for the Comets. No, they're not finished yet from deep. Hand down, man down. Peyton Shields for 3, but the answer quickly on the way. O'Brien sinks it from the top of the arc, and Labette County runs away with it. Grizzlies win 62-44. They'll advance to the Class 4A state tournament. Now moving over to Mount Vernon High School, the girls Class 4 District 12 championship tonight between the Lady Mountaineers and Lady Hounds from Aurora. Mount Vernon on its home floor. Lady Mountaineers playing top seed Aurora. Opening quarter of the game, Alyssa Birch hits a 3. Lady Hounds lead by 6. On the other end, Mount Vernon gets on the board with an Emily Schubert layup in transition, but from that point on, Aurora takes over. Second quarter, McKenna Hall gets a floater to go on the baseline just before half now. Kylie Cole with the steal. She's gonna go all the way to the other end, and the layup Lady Hound Dogs really start to pull away. They lead by 25 at that point. Second half now, Mount Vernon not going to quit. Addie Hall drives in, gets a tough shot to go. Closing seconds of the third quarter, Jalen Ernest beats the buzzer with a three-pointer from the top of the key. Aurora cruises the rest of the way. Lady Hounds beat Mount Vernon 46-9 and claim the District 12 title. Some more scores from around the area. Pittsburgh boys basketball with an incredible season, but it comes to an end in the Sub-State Championship. Purple Dragons fall 68-48. Missouri girls high school basketball, Nevada's season also ends tonight. Lady Tigers lose to Notre Dame to Scion, 45-37 in the district title game. But how about this from Liberal? The Lady Bulldogs march through the playoffs continues. They beat Appleton City 54-41. They'll go to the state semifinals in Columbia Wednesday night. Then in Class 3, El Dorado Springs girls hoops is one of the Final Four standing for the second year in a row. The Lady Bulldogs win 61-51 and head back to state. Obviously a lot of games we just went through there, but one that sticks out is Liberal, the girls basketball team.
Yep.
First time in its program's history that it's one of the Final Four standing.
It's awesome. Representing Liberal, where I'm living right now, that's perfect. And the way these girls are playing, we may very well have a state championship in our midst.
2 wins away.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks, John. We'll have more after this.
Moving into this weekend, we see the sun come out, temperatures warm back up, 74 on Saturday, 80 on Sunday. Now winds do pick up Saturday night and into Sunday, gusting 40 to 45 miles per hour, possibly getting even up to 50 miles per hour early Sunday morning. And then we see some thunderstorm chances as we move into the rest of the week.
How about that? Some amazing weather and some amazing teams playing some amazing basketball.
Yeah, we still got a lot more tomorrow. One of them that sticks out, College Heights boys basketball playing in these state quarterfinals. If they win, they advance to the Final Four in Class 2.
Right on. It's going to be good. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Tune in on our weekend show. Have a great night.